Hi and welcome to MedThruStory. At MedThruStory, we make learning easy and fun for the medicos using uniquely crafted stories. Do subscribe to our channel to be part of this beautiful journey. Today, let's learn the steps of glycolysis using a love story. First, let's cover the intermediates followed by the enzymes. The story is titled Happy Ending in Glue's Life. Friends, let's see what happened in Glue's life. Lovers Glue and Flu plan for a sunset date at 6 p.m. on the Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, Flu was cheating on Glue. He was dating another girl. Glue gets to know about it and breaks up with Flu. This increased the gap between the two and Glue went into depression. 3 years later, something good happens in Glue's life. She falls in love with another guy in her PG and gets married to him. On the 32nd birthday, her PG friends gifted her a Scooty Pep to travel to the pyramids. Friends, we are through with the story. Now let's see how the story is connected to the intermediates. Shall we? Glycolysis is breakdown of glucose. Hence the cycle of glycolysis starts with glucose. Keyword glue will help us recall glucose. Glue for glucose. Keyword flu will help us recall fru, which further helps us recall fructose. Flu for fructose. Keyword date rhymes with phosphate and sunset helps to recall the number 6. Hence, combining both, we can recall 6-phosphate for sunset date. Glue's sunset date becomes the clue for the first intermediate, glucose 6-phosphate. Flu's sunset date becomes the clue for the second intermediate, that is fructose 6-phosphate. Keyword "another" used in the story will help us relate to bis. Flu's relationship with another girl will help us remember the next intermediate, which is fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. I repeat, Flu's date with another girl for fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Keyword gap stands for glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, the next intermediate. Keyword gap rhymes with DAP. DAP stands for dihydroxyacetone phosphate, the next intermediate. So, gap for glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and DAP for dihydroxyacetone phosphate. PG in the story will help us recall phosphoglycerate. PG for phosphoglycerate. Glue's love with another guy in her PG after 3 years is the clue for the intermediate 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. 32nd birthday and PG used in the story will help us remember the next two intermediates, which includes 3-phosphoglycerate and 2-phosphoglycerate. 2-phosphoglycerate further gets converted to phosphoenol pyruvate, abbreviated as PEP. PEP can easily be remembered by the Scooty Pep. PEP for phosphoenol pyruvate. Lastly, phosphoenol pyruvate gets converted to pyruvate, for which the clue is the pyramid. A recap of the story is here. Friends, we have covered the trick for the intermediates of glycolysis. I am sure that you will never ever forget this love story. Now, let's cover the enzymes involved. A total of 10 enzymes are to be remembered for the glycolysis cycle. Let's learn them logically by categorizing the reactions based on the reaction type. Out of the 10 steps of glycolysis, 4 steps involve phosphorylation and dephosphorylation reactions. Such reactions have the enzyme kinase involved. Let's cover these reactions first. Glucose is converted to glucose 6-phosphate by the enzyme hexokinase. Hexo means 6, which can be related to the glucose molecule. Next, fructose 6-phosphate is converted to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate by the enzyme phosphofructokinase. Next, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is converted to 3-phosphoglycerate by the enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase. Lastly, conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate involves the enzyme pyruvate kinase. Now, let's cover the isomerization reactions. Isomerization reactions are driven by the enzyme isomerase. There are two isomerization reactions in the cycle. Let's see them. First, glucose 6-phosphate is converted to fructose 6-phosphate by the enzyme phosphoglucose isomerase. Next, dihydroxyacetone phosphate is converted to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate by the enzyme triose phosphate isomerase. Friends, now let's see the reactions which involves the movement of the functional group from one position to the other within the same molecule. Such reactions involve the enzyme mutase. Enzyme phosphoglyceromutase is involved in the conversion of 3-phosphoglycerate to 2-phosphoglycerate. Lastly, let's cover three of the remaining reactions. One of the reactions involve the enzyme dehydrogenase and the other two involve the enzyme which ends with the word lase. Fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is converted to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate by the enzyme aldolase. Hint for aldolase is ald of aldehyde. Next, 2-phosphoglycerate is converted to phosphoenol pyruvate by the enzyme enolase. Hint for enolase is enol in the reaction. Lastly, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate by the enzyme glyceraldehyde phosphate dehydrogenase. Friends, we are through with today's video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Do share this creative content among your peers and other medical groups. See you all soon in the next video. Till then, take care and stay safe, friends.